So as most of you know by now, Bethesda held their press conference or showcase the other day, giving us insight into Fallout 76, while also revealing some of the other stuff coming in the future, like Starfield and The Elder Scrolls 6. But right now, the most talked about thing from this conference is just how different Fallout is. Todd Howard spoke at lengths about Fallout 76, revealing that this is a multiplayer-focused experience, something that they've wanted to do for a very long time. But he did note that you can play the game solo, although he did not mention a single-player-only offline mode. Some think that he may have just misspoke, except it was quite obvious he was reading off of a prompter, and he mentioned the word solo multiple times, not once saying single-player. Now, just an FYI for those who don't understand the difference, in The Elder Scrolls Online, you can play solo, which obviously is a much different type of solo than something like Fallout 4 or the typical Bethesda Game Studios title that we're used to. The point is, it seems this game has been designed as a multiplayer game first, and for many fans, this is concerning. Right now on Reddit, there are numerous threads of people venting their anger. Personally, I still am keeping an open mind, and I understand this is something that many like. I actually think the gameplay side is going to be a ton of fun, although VATS probably will not be featured, which is disappointing, and there are questions about how focused this game is on story, and if modding can even realistically happen. Anyway, like I said, some people are happy about the changes that are coming, and some are not, and right now, petitions demanding a single-player only mode have begun to emerge. One that's been gaining some attention says, "Keep the lone wanderer wandering alone." The description says, since 2008, Bethesda has given their fans the opportunity to roam vast wastelands, take part in epic adventures, and create stories to tell for years to come. With the anticipated release of the new Fallout 76 coming in November, all of that has been taken away. The lone wanderer was meant to wander alone. Sure, it would be fun to play with others and experience the wasteland alongside other real players, but the heart of Fallout has always been conquering the wasteland by yourself. This petition was created to have Bethesda include a solo campaign only, if one is not already in the works. Please sign, and please make sure Bethesda allows each and every one of us to have the wasteland of West Virginia all to ourselves. Thank you. And some of the comments featured is, "I'm not interested in playing with kid griefers on my personal chill time. Fallout stands or falls with them lonesome feels. Hashtag save player 1. And another one says, "Don't like base building or player versus player, and particularly hate death squads that ruin the experience of the solo player, like in the Division's Dark Zone, which thankfully was optional. While you can play solo, you are always online and subject to the whims of random people who revel in ruining your day. No NPCs means no story. This is not a Fallout game." And the last comment that I'll read comes from somebody named Ruth, who says, "I'm actually signing because of how bad of an idea this was. Why would you strip everything out of an RPG series to make an online game? What if the next Legend of Zelda was advertised and teased like usual, only to be an online multiplayer? This series does not fit this type of gameplay, or it should have been far clearer from the start." And then they mention in parentheses, The Elder Scrolls Online was shown to be online from the beginning, and surprise, has a long plot line and in-depth characters. Look, my biggest concern with the option of solo is the official description on Bethesda's site for Fallout 76, which states, "Bethesda Game Studios, the award-winning creators of Skyrim and Fallout 4, welcome you to Fallout 76, the online prequel where every surviving human is a real person. Work together not to survive under the threat of nuclear annihilation. You'll experience the largest, most dynamic world ever, created in the legendary Fallout universe." The mention of all their surviving humans are real people is something Todd Howard also mentioned at Bethesda's conference, and it's also what has many concerned. So I'm actually adding in some audio right now because there's some new information that has emerged from a new interview with Todd Howard, and he confirmed a lot of the suspicions that we have discussed so far in this video and we'll discuss further on. And he confirmed that there's no offline, and playing solo will still have you seeing other players. He has actually also confirmed that VATS is still in the game, but it's going to be working differently, so that's actually pretty good news. But he also did confirm that modding is coming after launch, and I guess they're still trying to figure some of that stuff out. But here's the clip where he mentions the solo stuff.
Can I play offline?
You cannot. You will see, even if you're playing by yourself doing quests, you will see other players.
Okay.
And you can interact with them, or you can ignore them, because there is a quest line. One of the main things that I saw feedback was when we say there are no NPCs.
Okay.
Okay, so that's one of the big differences that we really leaned on, which is every human, every character you see is a real person.
So it at least seems there will be either very little or no human non-playable characters, which makes me question if we'll even see any factions at all. Looking through the footage so far, there has been no signs of human non-playable characters, with some people getting confused with the settlement area, which features all real players. Now, what I can say is petitioning Bethesda probably is not going to get anywhere. This is the game they want to make. There's a reason why it is not Fallout 5. That reason has been emphasized by many, and my personal opinion is I'm all for change, but it seems from Fallout 4, a single-player RPG, to Starfield, which will more than likely be a traditional single-player RPG, and the next one coming from Bethesda Game Studios, it'll be around 6 to 7 years in between, which is a long gap, and I think that's what has me most disappointed, because as much as we all point out our frustrations with Fallout 4, I was hoping they would release a game with both multiplayer and single player. That was at least my expectation with Fallout 76. I love story, and as cheesy as Fallout is, there's just something special about this franchise. Yes, there is a solo mode in Fallout 76, but it seems there won't be any factions or human non-playable characters to interact with, and we still don't know how big the story will be right now, and all we know of is the Overseer gives us a quest which brings us to all 6 regions, and that's about it. So playing alone may not be all that great, but as I said before, change can be good, and I know a lot of people are going to enjoy building and battling together in a massive West Virginia open world. Fallout 76 is not going to be a game for all, but I still do think this could be a fun gameplay experience if done right. Anyway guys, what do you make of the change with this game to an online focus, and what's your opinion on this petition? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, but thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video or found any informative value. Also consider subscribing for much more Fallout 76 content to come, and I'll see you later.